I've looked at your Instagram page. You're always wearing SBs. You've obviously met Brandon through SB. Why SB? And because this is a sneaker that was once essentially booming. It started a lot of trends for what we have now in the sneaker game and inspired a lot of collaborations. What's so special about Nike SB to you, both of you guys, that you guys love it so much?
The reason I got into Nike SB, basically from middle school through high school, I was a skater, so skating and was Nike SB. But honestly, as a skater, Nike SB was not in the picture. To a skater, Nike SB was actually like taboo, because you have a sports brand making sneakers for skateboarders. And at first, to a skater, it's like off-putting. You know what I mean? Like, whoa, like, what do you guys know about making shoes? But after that, you start to grow up, and skating becomes less and less of your life. Things come and go out of your life. But with Nike SB, it was a nice way to dress nice, because they had premium materials but still stay true to the skater roots. You know what I mean? So that's basically why I got into Nike SB, because again, the materials were good. The not collaborations, but they would do different themes. You know what I mean? Jedis, Homers, Oompa Loompas. It was all based on a theme, and as an artist as well, it's like just pulls you into it. So
I guess my story would be a little different. I guess when I first started collecting, I started obviously with athletic shoes, mainly basketball and running shoes. I was a runner when I was younger, and all started off with a Diamond Fury, Ken Griffey, black and white. Thank you, Grandma. And from there, it just developed, a lot of Jordans, foam posits. When people would make fun of me, say, you look like you're going to the moon, this and that. Jordan 15s were elf shoes, just on and on. But when I started to work at Champs in maybe 2004, 2003, sometime around that area, you could kind of see the whole hype pick up. And I know it's not like it is now, no, by no means. But at that time, people started coming in and buying the whole Jordan outfit, and just really kind of taking what I thought was mine. Just like when heads found out about Supreme and the OGs, you get offended, you're like, man, this was, I had this first, since before you, But as it got worse, people just acting like they know about something that they don't, and they don't have, they don't want to learn, they don't ask, they don't care, and that's the way it is, and I understand that. But at that time, I was upset, I was a kid, and I wanted something different. I wanted that feeling again of that exclusivity, that something that nobody had. Wherever I went, I was the only person with that shoe, and I love that feeling. So I sold all my Jordans and started buying SBs. I had bought 2 SBs before that, and at that time, I didn't know where else to get them at. Then Black Box era, around 05, something like that, I found out about Good Times, and after that, we call it a wrap, man. I spent every cent I had on SBs. I fell in love with the mid, and
he's a mid king.
From that point, I bought every pair, and I didn't stop. Now it's not the same. Obviously, it's happened again, like it always does. That's just the way things work. But I don't let it affect me like I used to. It's just always gonna happen, and that's kind of how I got into SBs.
Cool. I'm actually wearing SBs on my feet. I liked SBs, but I felt like, I don't know, I just felt like I didn't want to get into something that I really didn't know about. But when I saw these What the Dunks from, Waterman, and I just bro, when we both saw them, they were like art on feet. They kind of reminded us of kind of the Paris dunk. How
definitely
just brought back some nostalgia.
Just brought back the nostalgia, and I saw for a little bit there when we did our video on this sneaker that the hype was building back on SB, and I feel like Nike wants to bring that hype back to SB.
Oh, definitely.
And what do you guys feel? Do you guys feel like SB will come back from the dead and
they tried
bring
with that
Supreme again?
They tried with that newest one. There's that looks like the Jordan one.
I don't know.
The Lance Mountain.
The most newest one has that Carolina blue swoosh on it. It's all white.
Oh, the Molder.
The Molder, yeah. They try. I mean, dude, they're bringing more relevant stuff back. I mean, I would say, it did fall off a little bit, but they have they still have pieces, you know, here's and there's that are, you know, worth picking up, and just because they're not on Hypebeast, you know, or on some website that tells me to wear them, like I'm you know what I mean, I'm still gonna wear what's cool to me. But lately, honestly, I've been getting in more to like fashion though, so SBs and shoes, buying shoes is, you know, kind of on the back burner for
I would say that SB needs to just go back to their roots.
Oh yeah, the themes.
I mean,
themes.
And this is just me being a stickler because I've been doing it, you know, for quite a while. I don't want to see, and it's just me personally, I don't want to see a molder high because there's already a molder low, and that's the one I want. I don't want the high.
Yeah, right.
Give me stuff, quality, and just push it out like you used to. You don't got to shove anything down our throats because you didn't before, and it was extremely successful.
Yeah.
I mean, everything from just a GR was absolute fire. I mean, the True Reds. Come on, this is fucking ridiculous, you know?
Suede.
But I feel like they're trying too hard, you know, and they're changing
swoosh.
things. The dunk's the dunk.
Yeah.
Let it be the dunk, you know? If you want, you know, one of the skaters to have his own, well, make it his own, but keep it true to your roots, you know? I think that's really what they need to do.
If they're gonna come back, they definitely need to do some more themes. Like that's what really pulls the sneakerheads in is like you said, the want the dunk high, you know, the what the dunk low. To have one shoe was nice, but to buy a shoe that had a bunch of your favorite iconic shoes, like, come on, like it's the themes for some of us that was pulling us in, like Concepts. Even Concepts, the most one of the most recent ones that I can remember that stuck was the When Pigs Fly. They had
That was a good collab.
They had the it was like Porky's, and it had like the
shower.
the shower with the water on the. It's like Concepts, you know, they take it to that next level, like with the lobsters and all that other stuff. It's just it's not just like a shoe. It's a shoe, a handbag, the little rubber band around the shoe, you know,
it's like you said, it's
specific box, like
art.
It's art.
Yeah, because that's why I really copped these, because, you know, people were saying what the dunk, but you know what I got from these was that I liked the concept because it was what the dunk, but it wasn't taking the same oversaturated thing of like, let's take a shoe and deconstruct it and put it on all over shoes. It was more of a commemoration in Nike SB.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why I liked it, and it looked like art on my feet, and I was like, bro, I gotta get this because I actually like it. You know, I buy sneakers now for what I like, and I think that's more credited to the internet, because I feel like before when we did the internet, we were like, man, you didn't know who had the best collection, and now you know there's a lot of people with a lot more than what you have, so you just gotta appreciate what you got, what you have, and then it makes you just like, hey, I just like this because I like it. So, you know, I've kind of gotten in the way of like people influencing me. But the next question is, I see you guys always wearing Bape, especially you, Brandon. You're always dripped up in Bape. So this question might be answered already, but what is it for you guys, Bape or Supreme, and why?
Go ahead, John.
I like I'm joking. For me, again, as a skater, I always go back to that just because that's, you know, my roots. That's where I come from, and that's where I get introduced into style. I became an individual with style, you know what I mean? I got to choose my own shit. So Supreme, I mean, is a skate shop. It will always be a skate shop. People lose sight of that, but it's awesome to bring, you know, other demographics in. You can't turn away, like, as a business owner, to turn away anyone, that's not good. If somebody wants to be a part of what I'm doing, who am I to tell them, like, you know, no, you can't be a part of this because you don't skate, or you're not really into fashion, so this isn't for you. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just, skating had a really big influence in my life, as well as like art and graffiti. It's just Supreme brings all that 90s style, graffiti, art, skateboarding. Supreme, all day, 8 days a week.
And definitely I would choose Bape, but because, you know, when I was 18, 19, back in like 2000, 2001, you know, I was seeing Kanye West and Pharrell, you know, and to see them in these pieces was crazy, because, you know, you hear about it, but then I see it, you know, and then it's like, it has this allure, it was unattainable, and for a long time it was for me, and it always felt like, man, if I could just get one piece, even just a keychain would be like the bee's knees, you know, like, that's it, I made it, I got something, you know. and just
True.
doing what I had to do, and I ended up working and getting a pretty decent job, and it allowed me to buy these things, and now I'm able to sell them. So it's crazy to me, to think about it now, but Bape all the way, man. I love the quality. Not to say that Supreme is any less, because
Yeah,
I love Supreme, and
I love Bape too.
to me, Supreme was like a stepping stone onto the Bape, and you never know what comes from there. But I'm Baped out. I love it. That's my choice, hands down.